Hey there everyone, good evening or whatever time it is that you're watching my video. So today, I'm actually filming this intro after I've done everything that I want to do today. But today, we went ahead and took a ride in my 2016 Corvette. It's finally back from the shop. It had a little paint repair work that needed to be done on the back under warranty. That's fixed finally after 2 weeks. But anyhow, today I wanted to just go ahead and play around with the car a little bit, as much as I could. It's raining outside today. It's a pretty big storm. So there really wasn't that much I could do, but I just had like a really strong hankering. I really wanted to drive my car. It's been too long. I thought about taking the Suburban and doing some fun stuff with that, but was like, no, I'm gonna do the Corvette. So what we ended up doing was testing out a couple of different driving modes. We went and did the weather mode and track mode, and we tried turning off the traction control and the StabiliTrak off and seeing how that altered the performance of the car. So that's pretty interesting, and so I think we'll start rolling into everything that we did today now. Here she is, as beautiful as ever, my 2016 Stingray, back from the shop, finally after 2 weeks of getting a little paint repair done in the back. She is finally back, and I will take her for a ride. But before I head off, let's go ahead and do a cold start, since it seems like everyone on YouTube just loves these, so let's go ahead and give it a shot. Hopefully this turns out good on camera, you can hear it well. You won't confuse that sound and those looks with the Chevy Volt, that's for sure. Hey there everyone, I'm back. So I was trying to think of something that we could do today, it'd be a little fun. Unfortunately, the weather is actually really bad in Northern California this weekend. So I was thinking, what can I do? How about we find a empty parking lot and I can just play around with the traction control stuff and see, what mischief we can get into. So right now I'm in weather mode, and I figured I would just try to accelerate and see how that feels. And see how much traction we lose and whatever. So ready? So the traction control kicked in. I don't know if you could see the light down there flashing on the instrument cluster. So that's weather mode with everything turned on. And it caught up pretty good with itself. Didn't lose any traction, so that's kind of cool. Now let's go ahead and reverse it. And let's try it in track mode. Okay, so now I'm in track mode. All of the traction control and the StabiliTrak, everything's still on. But let's just go ahead and see how this works. So I'm just gonna let off. So I don't know if you guys could see that we weren't moving that fast at first, but that definitely took a lot longer to catch. That was fun, that was pretty cool. I feel like the StabiliTrak, it didn't wiggle back and forth too much as it did in the weather mode, funnily enough. Yeah. Now, the real test is gonna be, let's play around with track mode. Let's turn off the traction control. I'm not sure if I'm daring enough to turn off the StabiliTrak, especially since this isn't as wide open as I'd like it to be. Let's go ahead and try that. Okay, so now we're in track mode. I don't know if you can see that. Track, and we're gonna go ahead and just turn off the traction control with one click of this button down here. Just click that once, turns off the traction control. So here's track mode, no traction control. Let's see what trouble we can get into. That was even more fun. That was really good. Okay, so that one, I guess because it's not, I don't know exactly how the traction control works as far as just limiting, when it feels the traction, loosening up, I imagine that it just kind of helps to cut the acceleration or whatever that you're applying. So it sounded a hell of a lot cooler because it would almost be as if you were just doing a burnout, how you would hear the high revs. So that was cool. So now let's go ahead. I'm feeling daring enough for a straight line anyways. Let's try doing track mode with traction control off. Let's turn off the StabiliTrak and I'll be careful. I may not totally press down the accelerator. I don't want to get too crazy. This car isn't old enough yet. I haven't paid it off. Okay, so I'm in track mode, and to go ahead and turn off both the traction control and the StabiliTrak, we're just gonna go ahead and press this button twice. When you press it twice, you'll see over here, traction control off, and then StabiliTrak right here turned off. So now, let's go ahead and give this a shot, and hopefully I don't wreck my car. God, that sounds good. Okay, so that really didn't feel much different to me. I guess you're probably not going to feel the StabiliTrak kick in too much on a straight line like this, and I'm probably really, like, every single time I did this, even though I did feel like some differences between the weather mode and track, as far as how much traction you're losing, I mean, the ground is completely wet outside. It's been raining. It's raining right this second. So, yeah, I didn't really feel that much of a difference. I imagine the StabiliTrak would really kick in if you were, like, actually driving this at a high rate of speed around, like, a curve or, you know, something where you would lose control with how the car's turning and stuff like that. So, yeah, that was fun, though. That was a good little way to play around with the car today. Okay, so I'm gonna try it one last time. Track mode, traction control off, StabiliTrak off. I'm gonna put the camera up on the dashboard. Hopefully it'll stay there. I just want to do this with two hands, just so I can kind of do it with a better experience, you know, a real driving experience. So hopefully the camera stays there and you guys can kind of see what happens. Okay, so I went ahead and just decided I'm gonna do another rain test. Let's try the accelerate and stop in the rain with the Corvette. Okay? So, let's go ahead and see what we got here. This is like a nice little empty road. I'm just gonna go ahead and flip it around, and we'll see what we can do here. Woo! Okay. Don't want to hit anyone, so how about I back this up? Okay, so now let's just go ahead and let's floor it. And maybe if I get up to, there's not that much space on this road. So maybe let's just try 25 and slam on the brake, and then let's just see how far I go. Let's try. Okay, so I'm just in weather mode. All the traction control goodies are on. Let's go for it. That stopped pretty good. I mean, we weren't going that fast, but you know, it's rain. Not bad. So after our experimentation today, I'm going to give the Corvette an A+ in wet performance, because the most important factor to me is that I had a smile on my face all day. I guess that's the second most important factor. This first is always your health and safety, and it performed really well. I was really happy. I haven't really driven this in the rain too much since I've owned it, and I'm really satisfied. It held its own very well. Even if you're an idiot like me driving it like that in the rain, not a problem. So it's idiot proof. Maybe I shouldn't say that too soon though. I haven't gotten home yet, so fingers crossed. And now she's all ready to come into her pallets. Let's come on in. Okay, so as you guys already know, I'm back home. I figured I would just kind of sum up everything that I learned today. Number one, this car smiles all day long, really. If you can afford one, buy one, because it's a dream to drive. I mean, I'm not expressing it enough. I'm pretty tired already today. But really, this car, every single day, every single time you drive it, every passenger that's in that seat, everyone loves it. I mean, people like in the commute and stuff, people stop and like, oh my gosh, your car is so cool. Can I take a photo? And it's not even, I mean, it's stock. But you know, everyone that sees it, they love it, that makes people smile. It's really a treat. So that's what I learned today. Number one is that this car is fun to drive no matter what. Even in the rain, even in wet conditions, this is still a beast. It's a beast. This car is fun. The second thing I learned is that it doesn't matter what mode you're in, what to some degree what traction control and StabiliTrak options you have on. If you drive like a moron, those things aren't going to save you. But I will say that all of those things do help to some degree, but really, if you're putting your car to the limit, expect it to lose traction. I will say that I don't think going on a straight line, the StabiliTrak really does all that much, because I didn't have any issues whether it was on or off. The car just kept going straight, really nice, thankfully. The traction control is definitely something I noticed. You could hear it like rev super high when I had the traction control off because it wasn't cutting my acceleration down. So it was just, spinning like crazy because it wasn't trying to slow down the wheel spin for it to grab the asphalt. So I noticed that. But yeah, this car is a dream. And I think, like I said in my first video, I want every video to kind of have a message. And I think one message we can get from this is that no matter what weather you're driving in, there's no excuse for you not to have fun. Even in a sports car, you can have fun. So if that's possible, which I know a lot of people will be like, that's not too easy of a task to accomplish because you really just need dry conditions to have fun in a sports car. No, I think I proved it today. I had a smile the whole time, and it handled great, even in the rain. So, that's a misconception that we're gonna break, or that we did break today, is that sports cars can handle well in the rain, and you can have fun driving them in the rain. Maybe not completely safely, but use your brain, do it in an empty use your brain, do it in an empty parking lot, and you're fine. And I had fun, and this worked out well. So I hope you all enjoyed my video today. Kind of want to keep it a little shorter. I know the video about the Volt was really long. It was hard for me to cut it down to a lesser length of time because I just recorded way too much. So hopefully this one will be less than 10 minutes. Cross our fingers. But yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. Please comment below about things that you liked or didn't like. And I'm open to suggestions for anything that you guys want me to do with any of my cars. Maybe next time I'll introduce you guys to the Suburban. But yeah, I'm open to suggestions. So go ahead and send me a comment and maybe you'll help shape the future of one of my videos. Okay, take care now. Bye. So since I just shared me being stupid in my almost brand new Corvette, how about you guys comment below what's the stupidest thing that you guys have done in the rain while driving? Comment below and let's go ahead and see what you guys have to say. Trying to think, what's something stupid I've done in the rain? How about this? Coming down Interstate 80 by Auburn, California, which is pretty steep if anyone is from this area. I think it was raining, coming down at me and my friends, we were trying to figure out where the rev limiter was, which was 100, by the way, in a 1996 Chevy Tahoe. So that's probably the stupidest thing I've done in the rain. In the snow, I have gotten stuck in the snow with a two-wheel drive vehicle down an embankment, also with my friends. I think there's a trend there. But yeah, you guys go ahead and comment below with your stupidest experiences of driving in the rain. Yeah, this should be interesting.